Hey, you! Yeah, you! Make sure to subscribe to watch all my newest videos and join the Clash Bro family. With that being said, if you need gems to build the best base in Clash of Clans, make sure to check out the description down below for cashforapps.com for your iOS or Android, and make sure to use the code ELG to get started with some free points. Enjoy the video. What's up, Clash Bros? Welcome back. Halloween is right around the corner. Everyone will be getting all dressed up in their costumes, getting free candy, running around their neighborhoods, and my favorite part, scaring people. Today, I want to tell you guys a true paranormal story that I experienced a long time ago. Now, I don't really believe in ghosts, and everyone says after hearing my story, how can you still not believe in ghosts? My thing is, unless me and a ghost are standing face to face with each other, I will never believe in ghosts. Some people believe in them, some people don't. But whether you believe in ghosts or not, this is still a great story. Now let's go back in time, a long ways, almost 10 years ago. Let's go back in time. I was around 17 years old, living in Enumclaw, Washington. A lot of people said in the Indian language, Enumclaw translated into place of evil spirits. This was a small town full of life and beautiful history. It was an old logging town that was now mostly farmlands, dairy farms, cattle, and known for its old pickle factory. I love that place. But as I grew older, I'd always hear about these paranormal stories, and it always had my mind racing and fascinated about these stories. When I was living there, I lived next to this famous mountain everyone would climb called Mount Peak. We lived right below it, right here. And occasionally, me and my dad would hear these weird noises howling from the trees. And my dad thought they were evil spirits. We had our house blessed so that they wouldn't enter and kept them far away. I never really cared or got scared since I'd never believed in ghosts. But I would hear some people's stories, from houses being haunted down the street, a lady walking down the highway at night, and if you'd pass by her, you would look to your passenger seat and see her sitting there, to a little people's village up in the hills. I tried going there one night, but we couldn't find it. But the most famous story of them all was this little house in the town next over. This house, everyone would experience crazy things happening to them. It was an old beaten down house with all the windows busted out, pieces of the floor missing. It had a creepy dark basement and a little barn in the back. The story that was told to me, there was a family of a mom, dad, daughter, and a grandma. The father was already kind of crazy, but one night, people said a demon possessed him and he started going mental and decided to pick up his shotgun and kill his entire family while they were sleeping. He killed the mom in their bedroom, the daughter in her crib, and the grandma in the basement where she slept. And after all that, he decided to go out to the barn and blew his own head off. The blood was still able to be seen in the back of the barn. Creepy story, right? Well, once I heard about this house, I always wanted to go to it. And it was always around Halloween when all of my friends were finally brave enough to make our way to that house. So one night we decided to go to the house for my first time. My friends would show me around. We pulled up to the house, and the house was blocked off with a fence and a gate around it. So we would have to park on the side of the road since there was no way to pull into the driveway. As they took me around the house, they showed me the living room, the place where he shot the mother, the little baby's room where he killed his own daughter. As I am watching my steps around the house, making sure not to fall in between the broken floorboards, we make our way to the kitchen. We hear this rattling in the walls towards the ceiling. Then a loud, ear-piercing, screeching sound. Then something in the shadow comes diving towards our face. We all duck and turn around to see what the hell that was. It was only a couple of bats. Holy shit, we all scream, as one of the girls says, "I'm done with this place," and has one of the guys walk her back to the car. I had to see the rest of this place. I was excited, my blood and heart were pumping. It was time for the basement. We head down the stairs into the pitch black depths of what seemed like nowhere. We didn't have the luxury of the moonlight to guide us. So I pull out my cell phone, and 10 years ago, there weren't flashlights on cell phones. So the small amount of light that did come from my cell phone shined to us the way. As we make our way down to the basement, I see this open room, which seemed like a chill spot in a normal house, where maybe you would have an extra couch and TV, but this house was completely unfurnished. So you had to use your imagination, but as you looked towards the back of the basement, you saw a door. From what everyone has told me, Grandma's room was the scariest room in the house. So of course my eyes light up when I finally saw her door. My friends refused to go into the room and told me to go first. As I opened the door, I noticed that there was a small metal bed frame in her bedroom. So weird. The whole house was unfurnished, but yet her room still had her bed frame in it. I told my friends that the coast was clear and they could come get their chicken butts in here. We check it out and nothing weird seems to happen as we try and talk to the ghosts that may be still in the house. We eventually get bored and I told them we need to go to the last place, which was the barn. Immediately my other two friends said hell no and started heading back to the car. Now it was just me and my best friend heading to the most infamous barn that the man decided to take his own head off with his own shotgun. The barn wasn't that big as we head into it. It looked like a few pigs could live in there comfortably, or maybe a big chicken coop. Who knows what lived in there? But my friend took me to the back of the barn and showed me the exact spot he sat in, and my friend decided to reenact what happened. As he has shown me where he sat and blew his own head off, I couldn't see anything. But as he stood back up, there it was, hidden behind my friend. The father's old bloodstain still painted on the wall. In the perfect position my friend was sitting in, you could totally repaint the picture in your mind. The man was sitting down, set the butt of the shotgun on the ground, put the barrel in his mouth, and pulled the trigger. Scene after scene runs across my mind, but now it was time to go. The ladies were scared and wanted to go get ice cream. We leave the haunted house. Now I never expected to see anything. That wasn't my goal. I was more fascinated with the story in the house. But this is not where the story ends. I never expected for any of this to happen, but after the first time my friend showed me extensively around the house, I thought I was a pro and decided to do tours with my other friends who haven't been to the house. I'd get a group of friends together and we would go venture to the old haunted house. The first group of friends that I brought there were a bunch of girls. They all wanted to get spooked since Halloween was coming up and I knew the perfect place. You weren't going to get this kind of action in a movie theater. We come up to the house blasting music, you know, getting the girls hyped for this venture we're about to go on. And I had a pretty sweet sound system, two 12-inch subs just rattling the entire car. As we pull up to the house and I put the car in park, starts blaring and we all grab our ears. What the hell? How could that happen? We were listening to one of my CDs and all of a sudden it just cuts out. The sound of white noise sends chills through everyone's spines. And now none of the girls want to go venture through the house. I guess that was enough excitement for them. It definitely wasn't for me. But the girls insisted that we should leave, so we did. My thirst for the excitement grew stronger, and so the next day I immediately rounded up another group of my more braver friends to join me on this venture. I tell them of what happened with the girls and the white noise, and they were excited as well. We are on the way, and my mother called me to tell me she loved me and what I was up to before she went to bed. I was telling her we were going to the haunted house, and she told me to be safe. As we pulled up to the house, I put my car in park again, this time with the music off. As I'm telling my mother bye, comes from my phone. What the hell? How does this happen to a cell phone? More white noise? I can see a TV doing that, and you can even convince me a radio can do that, but a cell phone? Now I'm starting to get spooked, but my excitement grew stronger. I call my mother back, tell her what happened, and I love her. We head into the haunted house hoping something scary will happen. We visit all the top floor rooms. I show them the grandma's room and then the barn, but nothing spooky happened. We ended up leaving. I then get another group of friends on Halloween to go to the haunted house. They agree. I then tell them the two last things that has happened to me. The last two times I went to the house. They were more spooked by what I told them than excited, but they agreed to go anyways. We pull up to the house. No white noise this time. I told them that exactly where we parked is where the last two things happened, but they didn't happen this time. We did go to the house, once again visit all the rooms, but nothing happens. Weird. Still a cool visit, but I was hoping for something spooky. We head back to the car. As I unlock the car and everyone gets in, I notice that none of my lights come on. Weird. I start my car, It started fine, but absolutely no lights were coming on. Not my radio lights, my clock, my interior lights, not even my headlights were coming on. Now, I can tell you I was completely spooked at this time. I decided to start driving anyways, but I had to drive slow because I could barely even see the road. As we get about a half mile down the road to the stop sign and pull up to it, all my lights come back on. Now we were all scared. We speed away from the house, not knowing what was controlling my lights. One of the scariest Halloweens that I experienced in my life. Now Halloween has passed and it is about a week later. And one of my friends asked me about all the things that happened to me while going to the house and that he would like for me to show him around. I obliged and brought two of my closest friends and one of my cousins to come along with me. I was completely spooked this time. Knowing the last 3 times I went to this house, something has happened. We head to the house, and as we pull up to the house, I told them this was where the last few things happened, but nothing was happening this time. We head into the haunted house. With everything that has happened to me on my mind, I was on full alert. I show him the bedrooms that he killed his mother and daughter, bring him down to the grandma's room and then the barn. Nothing is happening. This time I was kind of relieved. After about 30 minutes of walking around the haunted house, we started walking back coming from the barn. As we were walking around the house down the driveway, I yelled at my friends, "Somebody is in my car!" They all look, and we all 5 see a grown man wearing glasses sitting in the driver's seat with his hands on the steering wheel. I thought someone was trying to steal my car, and me and my cousin bolt to my car while my 3 other friends run away into the field. Me and my cousin jump the fence, race towards the car, seeing this man the entire time. As I come up from the back end of my car, I rip open my car door, cock my fist to throw a punch, but no one was there. I stop breathing, and I slowly take 2 steps back. My mind is numb. I don't know what just happened, or maybe my mind can't understand what just happened. I ask my cousin, where did the man go? He says, I don't know. My friends slowly start walking back, making sure the coast was clear. I talk with them, all making sure they saw the same thing I did. Yes, they did. A grown man, wearing glasses, sitting in my driver's seat. Was it the father? I told him he vanished as soon as I went to open the door. I never for a second thought it was a ghost. I honestly thought it was someone trying to steal my car. The weird thing was that the light was on in my car, which it would never be. As soon as you close all the doors and lock the car, the lights turn off. But when we were coming out to my car, the light was on, and that's how we all saw the man. Even to today, I can see the light flickering off the man's glasses. It was just so real. As we all head back to the car, I open my door and I'm about to hop in, and all my friends standing around the car next to the doors ask, "Are you going to unlock the car for us?" I immediately get chills. I always lock my car, but when I was running up to the car, not only was the light on, but when I ran up to the car, I opened my driver's side door without me unlocking it. So it was unlocked already? And I would never leave my door unlocked at a haunted house. That's just stupid. Plus, all my other car doors were locked. That part spooked me even more. Let's just say that was the last time I ever went to that house. I thought I would share this story with you guys. Everyone loves hearing this story and think it's weird that I still don't believe in ghosts. But I tell them, if the man was sitting in my driver's seat when I opened the door, then maybe I would believe in them. I don't know what it was or who it was sitting in my driver's seat. Maybe it was the maniac father that was in my car. Maybe it was just a mirage that all 5 of us saw at the same time and was the same exact thing that we all saw. I don't know, but this is a spooky story. Share this story with your friends and family if you want to spook them. Hope you guys enjoyed, and happy Halloween. And now it's time for everybody's favorite game, Stinky Pinky. It's time to play the game Stinky Pinky, a word game called Stinky Pinky. Everybody loves the game Stinky Pinky. It's time to play the game Stinky Pinky, a word game called Stinky Pinky. I'm the best at Stinky Pinky. Everybody loves the game Stinky Pinky. Stinky Pinky is a wordplay game where you describe 2 words that rhyme, but you can't use those words in the description. If I was to give you smelly finger, you would give me Stinky Pinky. Last video's Stinky Pinky was iTunes direction, and the answer was app map. The Clash Bro that got the Stinky Pinky correct first was Andrew Healer. Great job, man. Hold your Stinky Pinky high up in the air. You are today's winner. If you would like to be featured in my next video, all you have to do is be the first person to answer the correct Stinky Pinky in the comments. This video's Stinky Pinky will be... If you enjoyed today's video, show all your love by scaring the like button. If you want to join the Clash Bro family, all you have to do is subscribe. Don't forget to share this video to anybody you want to spook. And don't forget to tell your clanmates and friends about this channel. Hope you guys have a great day. And don't forget, my Clash Bros, to stay beautiful.
Make it drop, honey.